Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. The Edmonton Oilers tonight celebrate their 8th straight victory over the Seattle Kraken, taking down Seattle tonight 4-2 at Rogers Place for currently their 3rd straight victory. Connor McDavid, after serving a 3-game suspension, returns tonight. I was predicting he was going to get a couple goals. Only ends up getting one on the night, but we'll take it. The hero tonight was Corey Perry, who had the breakaway goal that gave the Oilers the 3-2 lead. Matthias Ekholm would later add a empty net goal to secure the 4-2 victory. This one was a little bit all over the place for the Edmonton Oilers. They looked, well, terrible at certain points, just giving the puck away, but Seattle was doing just the same on their end, and at other times, the Edmonton Oilers looked brilliant. Some beautiful passing plays, some beautiful goals. So really a mixed bag of play tonight from both teams. The Seattle Kraken, I got to check here. Okay, so the Seattle Kraken had 4 power plays tonight. And I don't know if they even had a shot on any of those power plays, maybe a couple. But they had an extended 5-on-3 going into the second period, at the end of the first period there. The Seattle Kraken, they deserved a better fate in probably quite a few of these 8 straight losses to the Edmonton Oilers, but for whatever reason, that team just struggles in a lot of different ways. The power play was obviously the most evident one tonight, but during the 5-on-5 play, give a lot of credit to Calvin Pickard. He was excellent tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, stopping 26 of 28 on the night. Calvin Pickard has now won 9 of his last 10 starts, so there's not much more you can ask of a backup goaltender, and Calvin Pickard is delivering here for the Edmonton Oilers. Once again, I'll repeat that, winning 9 of his last 10 starts. There are not very many backup goaltenders that can come in and give you that kind of performance night in and night out, and Calvin Pickard has been doing that for the Edmonton Oilers, so hats off to him for another fantastic performance tonight. The first goal that the Seattle Kraken scored tonight, Eli Tolvanen, the Oilers did try challenging it. It was kind of a 50-50 challenge call. Calvin Pickard was run into a bit. Brett Kulak did push the player in front of him as well, so it could have really gone either way. Commentator Louis DeBrusque was really commenting on that on the broadcast, but it does go Seattle's way. They score the first goal. They get a power play off of the Oilers challenge, and that was one of the ones where they didn't even get a shot on goal, so just helped the momentum for the Edmonton Oilers. Matthias Janmark would tie the game with just his first goal against a goaltender this year. He has 2 on the year, but his first goal was an empty netter. It looked like it was going to be Connor Brown's goal at first, but Janmark did tip it, so congrats to Janmark on finally scoring on a goalie this year. Great to see Connor Brown, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins picking up the assists. 1-1 at that point. Vince Dunn would put Seattle back on top at 17:41, up 2-1 going into the second, but for the second and third period, Calvin Pickard pitches the shutout, does not allow any more goals for the Seattle Kraken after that. And then Connor McDavid with his 21st on the year coming back tonight from Leon Draisaitl and Matthias Ekholm at 157. Connor McDavid burying his own rebound on that one. And then Darnell Nurse feeds Corey Perry for the breakaway goal at 9:38. Corey Perry beats Joey Daccord 5-hole, giving the Oilers the 3-2 lead. And then in the third period, Matthias Ekholm, as I mentioned, gets the empty net goal, giving the Oilers the 4-2 victory. As I mentioned earlier, I think the Seattle Kraken have certainly deserved a better fate in some of these hockey games, but the Oilers have had the luck over this stretch. They've found a way to get things done. The Seattle Kraken just, their power play, the most evident thing tonight, as I mentioned, but that team's got a lot of problems they got to figure out here. They have some good players, but they just don't seem to have the right structure. They're missing that element that kind of pushes you over the top. They got a young star in Shane Wright that right now does not look like a young star. He really hasn't broken through in the National Hockey League as of yet. So the Seattle Kraken, 2 years ago now, looked really damn good, but they've taken 2 steps back, it seems. So Maybe they'll get it figured out here at some point, but for right now, the Edmonton Oilers just absolutely own them. A couple other items of note: Stuart Skinner and his wife Chloe celebrating the birth of their second child tonight. Haven't heard any official news whether it's a boy or a girl, but an early congratulations to Stuart and Chloe. Just absolutely amazing. And of course, because Stuart Skinner was out tonight for the birth of his second child, U of A goaltender Tyler Palmer getting to come in as the E-Bug. He backed up Calvin Picker tonight. Unfortunately, Tyler Palmer does not draw into the hockey game as Matt Berlin did last year or the year before. So, but still a pretty cool thing. Like getting to go out for warm-ups, getting to congratulate Connor McDavid on his goal, getting to see an NHL win right before your very eyes on the bench with an outstanding team like the Edmonton Oilers. That had to be a huge thrill for Tyler Palmer. So congratulations to him. And one other thing I wanted to note for tonight, Evander Kane was back on the ice skating for the very first time. He did a post on Instagram showing himself on the Rogers Place ice. Don't think Evander Kane's anywhere close to coming back, but great to see Evander Kane out there back on the ice, at least skating for the very first time this season. So that was great to see. And of course, also of note, the Edmonton Oilers moving back into first place in the Pacific Division, 1 point now ahead of the Vegas Golden Knights. So I imagine the Oilers and Golden Knights are going to bounce back and forth here over the next little while. But for tonight, the Oilers once again back in first place with a 4-2 victory over the Seattle Kraken, their 8th straight victory over Seattle. That's all I have for tonight, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.